Broadcast is produced entirely by the students at Southeast High School in partnership with Kaiser University.
There we go. We're going to get the color game, or it's no color? It was, wasn't it? Tonight's game is another chapter in a long rivalry for Southeast and St. Pete Lakewood. They've been going at it for years. Coach Nicole Tunstall and Coach Harder have had it going back and forth, and this is always toughest game on each one of their schedules. And if you look at the schedules for the boys and the girls, that 5A schedule is a heck of a schedule. You usually got to go through several Division I players and several state champions if you want to get where you're going. So I look forward to seeing a high-spirited contest. We got a young team from Coach Harder, a little younger than he's used to, but hopefully with some coaching and a few opportunities, he'll be able to give us that Coach Harder magic, especially when the court's named after you. You got to go a little hard, right? That's all right there. Well, when you're putting up 100 points, you're lobbing that ball up the court, you're playing a lot of pressing defense. I mean, it's just an aggressive brand of basketball in Pinellas County, and you look at with what Coach Tunstall typically does, she keeps the squad. And if you think about, they were runners-up last year to the state champions. So anytime you're going against runners-up, that gives them a little more experience. So hopefully we're too young to know better. Anything can happen. Now, I hear with the finals coming up and some of the winter breaks getting started, coaches and the teachers have gotten together and they've got this gym filled up. So it is a lively student section. We're going to try and make sure that you guys can hear all the action, see all the action, get a couple of pans of the crowd. What you're looking at is on the visitor section, and when you get that flipped over to the other side, you'll be able to see it's almost standing room only here tonight. So we're getting ready for the tip-off. Little bit of teamwork happening. You see a lot of sportsmanship where they shake hands, and St. Pete controls the action. Immediately goes in for a layup, and that's Paris Williams. Paris Williams is a senior, 5'9" guard. Immediately grabbing that ball. Nice move, first foul of the game. That's number 1, Deja Snipes. Aggressive. They took it to you immediately, and you come right back. You're not sitting there laying on your laurels, so that's a nice attack move, aggressive take, but you got to make them pay. When you get a chance to get to the foul line, take advantage of every opportunity. Absolutely. And again, number 12, that's Diana Rosenthal. A lot of teams are going to that running and gunning and looking at a nice take, nice roll. Now, we've got an opportunity. You got to stop. Their first 2 possessions were easy layups. So now that you've got to stop, you've got to be able to make them pay and keep this home crowd on. Looking at the advantage on the inside, number 24, nice pass over the top. And Monty Waiters, 6'1" center, is able to put the ball in the hole for 2. That's one thing. When I had a conversation with Coach Harder before the game started, he was really happy about having some height. You got girls the size of Christmas trees, you got to give them the opportunity to get the ball in the hole. Lakewood has the rebound and coming up the floor. Got to stop the basketball. Like some of the packages that you'll see over the Christmas season, that one is return to sender. Wow. She stood her ground, was able to get the charge. That's a 50-50. Really excited the way that the Seminoles are stepping up and playing defense. Great thing about that is that, again, when you're too young to know any better, you just go out there and play because you got to play the game. The analytics, they can give you a winner on paper, but you still got to play the game. Going inside to take advantage of that size. Soft hands. That's a 2. But when your 6'2" center stepping out there knocking down that with ease. Good take. That was Deja Snipes, so that's 4 points for Deja tonight. We're ahead right now. I'm not sure if this is the up and down pace that we want to play at. We may want to get a few more stops and slow it down a bit, but you got to take what the game gives you, Coach. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. And I think, although the pace is a little bit ragged, getting up and down, on offense, our offensive side, we've been a good job moving the ball, doing our offense, looking for the high low, making sure we're getting close. So if we can do that, we can slow the ball down on our offensive side. We just got to get back on defense.
That's the thing. They don't care if we score. They're conceding the points in the paint, obviously, so it's going to be great for Coach to take this time out and have an opportunity to talk about that defensive pressure, especially the rotation when they're getting back. One thing that I liked what I was watching on the break from the timeout is 00 Tamra Shilver. She was giving a few pointers to the freshman point guard, number 10. So when you have your seniors really wrapping their arms around some of the younger players, it gives them an opportunity to learn the game as it's going on. Having seniors, that's a great thing to have Coach on the floor. She converts 2. Cuts the lead down. Looks inside. Now, this is where we can't be on our heels. She just missed the layup. None of our bigs made it down quick enough, and that's going to be a problem in these later. And we've got number 1, Paris Williams, surveying the action. Looks like she got away with a double dribble. Referees believe that it was slapped by a Seminole, but we walk away with the rebound. We've got Humans up top, high-low action, misdirection to the corner, and Amani misses the short layup, short jumper. This is where our bigs have to get back. Instead of trying to fight for a steal, they've got to get back and try to protect the paint. And we had a call of a block and the call of a charge. And the referee underneath deferred to the head umpire. We were able to get the charge, second charge of the game, under protest by Coach Nicole Tunstall on the sideline. That's a great observation, because when you think Coach Tunstall's been doing this for a long time. She's got a very experienced squad, and they were able to put 3 around Amani because they got burnt twice. So they're going to make those adjustments, those little in-game adjustments, and we got to be able to do the same thing. Yes, sir. So we got 2 turnovers in a row. This is where you got to get a stop to keep yourself in the game with that momentum. Lakewood's trying to attack the ball handler with an extra defender every time it sits for more than a second. And we've got to be aware of that. That was a block by the senior Paris Williams. Immediately comes in and gets a shot at the basket. 6'3" center coming off the bench. Short time with the team, but Coach Harder thinks as soon as she gets integrated with his style of play and the guards have an opportunity to play with them more, it's going to be a great addition. You can see right now she's playing very aggressive defense, and that's one thing when you're a new player to a team, you can make your mark on defense before on offense. No charge this time. That's going to be a block.
Tough call on Davis tonight. Thought she had it cut off, but number 12 made a good move to get around her. Here's the replay. You see number 12, Ryan Williams, going to take the ball, trying to get to the lane. Does a good job sidestepping the defense. Picks up the side ball. Unfortunately for us, she missed the free throw. So the score still remains 10-13.
It's a hotly contested first quarter. They get 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe. Seminoles nursing a 2-point lead with this last minute left. And boy, the ball's being moved around. We're trying to get it inside. There's that high action from the high post. And if we don't get that rebound, instead of trying to get a steal in the backcourt, we've got to keep running. And there was another charge.
Even the one that she didn't get the charge call, she's there, she's in position, she's trying to stop the drive. And that's going to be very important tonight.
I've coached both women's and men's basketball, and the one thing about the ladies, they are so fundamentally sound. Instead of trying to get a block, they will sacrifice their bodies and get those charges.
That's a good observation. Normally, they're not as athletic as some of the boys, so you have to rely on their fundamentals. And like you said, they do a good job of getting in proper position, making sure that their body's in front of the offensive player, and in the end, taking the charge. There's the drive by Nikita, and she gets the foul call.
That's an aggressive take from the 6'3" center. She's an 11th grader. You talked about it being a transfer or just starting with the team. Goes to the Edison School, who plays basketball here.
One thing that's going to be interesting tonight, that's a tough free throw shot.
A little nervous.
Maybe a little bit nervous in front of this home crowd. But the one thing that's going to be interesting with Lakewood is they only dress 8 players. So if we can get them in some kind of foul trouble, we may be able to get some of their more experienced players out of the game.
That would be a good thing. So she misses 2, both were airballed, and sometimes you get nervous when you're out there. But if you go back and you play defense, you can get away from those nerves.
And again, I think this is actually her first high school action, so 2 pretty good defensive plays. Staying solid defensively. You can't ask more than that. Seminoles are holding the ball for the last shot with 9 seconds on the clock. Here's a drive by Deja, the floater, off the mark. Nikita gets the ball, kicks it out for 2 seconds. Periana.
So when we sum up this quarter, adjustments, both teams feeling each other out, and then we'll start seeing the real game plans coming up after the break.
So in that huddle, I think Coach Hart has got to be pretty happy right now. To be up 2 on this caliber of a team with his young squad, I think he's playing right into the game's plan, right into his game plan. He's been able to keep the game at his pace. Hopefully, they're not getting overconfident, which I would hope they wouldn't be doing with just 1 quarter to go.
Yeah, you can't feel yourself after 1 quarter. You're only up by 2. Good thing about it, and some good takeaways from the Seminoles are, you know, the guards' attention to defense. Even though the forwards aren't running back when we're making our shots, what we are getting is the guards getting ahead of the play and sacrificing their bodies. There were 3 charges taken, and when you have a team that's willing to do that, you got to link your forwards, your centers. They're going to start doing it too.
And I'll tell you one other thing that's in our favor. If we look up at the scoreboard right now, Lakers got 7 fouls. And again, they only go 8 deep, so that's hugely in our favor. We have another freshman checking in, number 11, Michaela McDuffie. She's been playing very solid for the Seminoles. Hopefully she can come in and add a spark. She's a pretty good shooter if she can get an open look.
You know, talking to Coach Harden before the game, he says he understands that he's got some younger players. They've got to learn what they can and what they can't do. He's got more losses typically for a whole season this time of the year as number 12 knocks down a 2-pointer to tie the game up. So one thing Coach Hart is looking at is just growing and getting better every game, quarter by quarter, improving. If he can get that improvement by the end of the season, because they play such a tough schedule, it should fare well for them in the playoffs.
There's a 3-pointer by Periana Yeomans. Coach Hart is running a nice play to get that open jumper. Lakewood gets it right back. There's a 3 by Nikisha McMakin. So we got to make sure that if we're going to get a 3, we can't give it back. The freshmen are really shooting right now.
They got ultra green lights right now.
Obviously, the last 3 possessions, they've taken 3 threes.
That was a very advanced move by Paris Williams.
And we got lucky because that was Matador defense. She basically rolled out the red carpet and said Olay.
Talk about people taking charges. That was a great opportunity to take a charge. You take a charge on a player like Paris Williams, that may get on the bench. Got another big, that's number 15, Takara Champagne. She's a 5'10" senior from Lakewood, and Lakewood takes a 3-point lead. Their first lead of the game since 2-0.
So we got to make sure that we're keeping an eye on the shooters. They obviously got a couple that can do it. There's a bad turnover by 24 Monty Waiters. Gave the ball right back to Lakewood Spartans. As we said going in the break, we got to keep playing. We got to make sure that we're running our game plan. We had 3 possessions started the second quarter, all 3-pointers. So we're going a little bit away from, I think, of the game plan of getting the ball in the middle.
You know, Coach Harder's got the JV coach, Brian Alexander, in the huddle with him, helping give some pointers. So having another voice on the bench is definitely going to help him out. Experienced Southeast Seminole player, helped the team get to the Final Four when he was in his playing days.
He's doing a magnificent job with the JV team.
I've heard the JV team is pretty good.
Yeah,
they won today 56-8 against St. Pete Lakewood's JV team.
And they're undefeated, so they're playing at a high level right now. Coach Alexander has them really running and defending and playing really scrappy basketball.
And if you look down on the side, you're going to see members of Southeast's basketball team, junior varsity and varsity, cheering on their counterparts with the young ladies team. It's a big post move, great defense.
Solid move.
And a
solid
great
defense.
rebound.
Good rebound by Jacayla. Periana for three again. She knocks it down again. Great job by the freshman, not letting the moment get too big for her. She's getting the open look and she's knocking them down. Great defense by Deja Snipes to get the block shot. She's starting to break. She pulls up for the jumper off the glass.
Deja makes a great play. That's a YouTube type play. Young lady fell down, and just like under the mistletoe, Deja kissed it off the glass.
That was a very experienced play. Like I said, Deja, a 3-year varsity player, had a pretty serious knee injury as a sophomore, has made it all the way back from an ACL surgery. So she's playing at a really high level and leading the Seminoles. Pass at the high-low, knocked away by Lakewood. And unfortunately, was able to be tossed off of a Seminole player, ball back to Lakewood Spartans.
Now, when you get this emotional jolt and the adrenaline starts flowing, you've got to be able to translate that to stops. After falling down one play earlier, Paris Williams comes back with a big girl move on her own.
And we got to do a better job of keeping her out in the lane. She took the ball from the out of bounds circle all the way to the length of the court. Another three by Periana. She misses that one. Ball out of bounds back to the Seminoles. Let's see what we have as a play for the out of bounds. Right now it's a tied game, 21-21 with 4 minutes and 43 seconds on the clock. Ball inbound to Periana. She's got the ball in the corner. Shoots an ill-advised three-pointer or an air ball. There's a take, but they missed the layup. Ball off a Spartan player.
That's number 3, Nikisha Macon, with a real aggressive move to the basket. Unfortunately, she didn't get that roll, which is fortunate for us Seminoles fans. This is SCTV, and as I was reminded our last broadcast, we can be biased.
Absolutely. We welcome all our Spartan listeners, but like you said, this is SETV, Southeast Television. Pass to the wing. They're doing a pretty good job moving the ball against the zone.
You don't want to be lazy with those passes. That was a freshman pass.
Ooh, ball was coming right in our lap. Were you going to die for that?
I would have caught it.
You would have caught it?
It was in front of you, though.
I was getting out of the way.
You were getting out the way, okay.
Getting out of the way. Ball back to the Seminoles.
Can't believe you would have gone out the way for that, coach. You're supposed to catch that, not run to your room like a kid that just found out Santa's not real.
There's another poor pass. Number 12, Dinah Rosenthal on the drive. She gets her own rebound.
That's a foul on the floor.
That's a tough one because although she was on a fast break, she had a 2-on-1. The guards got her to miss the first shot. We got to have that transition defense. Bigs got to get back and help them rebound.
One thing that I've noticed in this game, too often the bigs are trying to stay down and get steals in the backcourt. Hasn't been successful yet. 2 points by number 33, Zayar Ardent. She's a 6'2", 10th grader. Coach Harden looks like he's coming to the bench. He doesn't like the way the bigs are running, so he wants to switch them out, which is the same observation we're looking at. Ill-advised pass. And the turbo button was pushed and she burst ahead of everyone.
That's another 2 points by Miss Macon. We got to settle down. As Spartans take a 4-point lead, just got to continue to work the ball. If we work the ball in the zone, I think we can get good looks, but we got to be patient. We got to take our time. We can't get anxious as if we're trying to find out early what's under the Christmas tree. We got to make sure that we take our time and sleep throughout the night.
Got to be patient. Got to be patient. It'll be there for you in the morning.
It'll be there for you in the morning, absolutely. So Maya and Nikita checks back in for Jakayla and Amani. Another
Wasn't looking,
turnover.
miscommunication.
I think you can chalk that one up to her being new. Situation where she may have run the wrong play because it looked like the ball was coming to Nikita, but she moved and wasn't expecting to pass. Unfortunately, it turns into a turnover at 2 points for Lakewood.
Paris Williams is quietly putting together a very productive game for the Spartans.
And she's already got an 8-point first half. One thing I would like to see our guards do a little bit better is get some penetration. They're just passing the ball around the perimeter. And the top of the zone doesn't really have to play them off the dribble. As that ball's reversed,
got to be able to get into those gaps, and luckily we were able to come across with attacking for that rebound. We're in the bonus. Hopefully before the end of the quarter we get to that double bonus, but we've got a chance at a 1-and-1 right now.
You got to take care of the free money. Free throws is free money. It's like people giving away food to the hungry during the Christmas season.
It's going through her mind right then. She's looking around, surveying the action.
It's free money. We got to cash in. Unfortunately, we ain't able to get the one down, the 1-and-1. Spartans running with the ball. Good steal. Looks like Tamara's on the break. Let's see what we got. Great take.
Great take. Great take. Great finish. One thing I like about the Nikita young lady, new transfer in, is that if she makes a mistake, she lets it go. That next play, she's back in it, and she's getting steals and rebounds where it counts.
Another great take.
There's a rebound, and she puts it up for two.
I tell you, and she gets up and down the floor pretty good. There's a 3 by number 15 and another rebound by Nikita. She's doing a great job on the boards, as you referenced just a second ago.
Now, when you have your forwards putting in that much work, you've got to reward them by giving them a pass or two down low. That ball goes off the top, so that's turning the ball over to the other team. But you got to think, they're getting rebounds for you. They're changing shots. Let's give them a chance to get inside and feel a little bit of offense.
Got to reward the big. Right now, Miss McDuffie's not making me look like I know what I'm talking about. I referenced her being a good shooter, and I think she's like 0 for 4. But I have a feeling she's going to turn it on at some point and knock down a couple shots.
Looking at this team, this is something that Coach Harder mentioned he has not had in quite some time, and that's size.
There's another
looking
replay.
At a team with 6'1", 6'1", 6'3", 5'10". That's something Coach Harder typically doesn't have. So it's interesting to see how he's going to adjust from a guard-oriented offense to incorporating the bigs more as Paris Williams adds to her point total.
Like you said, she's putting together a nice night. She already has 9 points in the first half. And she's leading us Spartans to the lead that they have currently.
No boxing out by the guards. And a turnover by Paris on a shot attempt. Looks like she was a little frustrated and walking a little gingerly. But there's nowhere else on the bench that you're going to get that production. Looks like Coach Tunstall has moved her down to the block to give her an opportunity to hide a little bit. Great catch.
Another good interior pass.
Fighting each other for the ball. You got to call it. Communicate with your teammates. Somebody's got to stop the ball, and the bigs got to get back down.
That's a pretty gutsy move by Miss Paris Williams. In and out move into a jump shot.
Paris Williams is a skilled basketball player.
33 seconds left in the first half.
Very patient.
Good defense. Just stayed big, walled up. It's another poor turnover, and unfortunately it turns into a foul call, and Lakewood will be on the line shooting 2.
Now, do we call that a freshman turnover? Do we call it for the senior not coming down to get the ball? I mean, we got to think in those opportunities, we can only go so far saying it's a freshman's mistake before we get into the play and say, hey, give me the ball. There's 20 seconds left. Let me get a good shot, last shot out of this offense.
And, you know, you're absolutely right. It has probably some culpability on both sides. One, she's got to make a better pass. 2, point guard has to come to the ball. But the part that really sticks out for me is that we got to value the basketball. Every possession is the game. You know, in a game so close and so tightly contested, it might be 1 or 2 possessions that's going to sway the difference. We got to make sure that we have possession of the ball. We got to maintain possession of the ball.
Every possession counts. There's only so many possessions you have in the game. That's one thing that I always take away from when you hear the analytical guys talk. It's honest. There's so many possessions that you have. So you got it. When you start thinking about that, I only have 80 possessions in this game. You know, if I mess up on 5 of them in a close game, then you're looking at a loss.
Absolutely. And points matter. 13 seconds left in the half. Seminoles down by 4. Let's see if we can't get a good shot. Nice crossover, tight move. Got the ball in the post to Maya Loman. She puts it in for 2. Good entry pass, good strong move to finish off the half, 29-27. Seminoles down by 2.
So that's the end of the first half with the score. 27 for our home team Seminoles and 29 for the visiting Spartans. We're going to take a short break and then we'll be right back. You're watching Seminole basketball on SETV Sports.
Into the sky, do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I can just see you.
Ow! 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 Get off me!
Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Garbage on our campus is literally the worst.
Well, we're back. Second half is about to begin. Lakewood starts with the ball. That's Rosenthal on the drive. Wiped away by Amani Waiters. Great job by the junior. Power forward. Let's see if we can't get back in this game. Knock down a couple shots. There's a 3 air ball, but great rebound by Tamara. Maya aggressively went after the rebound, but I think unfortunately she's going to pick up a foul call.
Get up there and get that rebound. You better be true to it so you get on them.
Spartans ball. Yeah, that was a heck of a collision down there.
There was a little.
Seminoles open up in a man-to-man. Good defense by number 1, Deja Snipes. Knocked the ball out on her, but that was good, solid defense. Seminoles
Deja
playing
with
pretty aggressive.
that stingy defense, very Grinch-like.
Great defense by Maya. Didn't allow the post entry pass. Spartans retain possession of the basketball. They'll be throwing the ball inbounds underneath their own basket. Let's see what they come up with for an inbounds play. Last time they got it in there pretty easy. There's a drive by Miss Williams. Oh, that one was pretty close. I know there was some contact, but there's a late call. I thought we were going to get a travel call out of that one. But unfortunately, I think Maya just picked up her second foul.
Very deliberate.
That is a very strong post up by number 12.
Diana Rosenthal.
It's a 9-point game for her so far. We got to do a better job of keeping that ball out of the corner on the inbounds pass. There's another 3 by the freshman, Cariana Yeomans. She is definitely keeping the Seminoles in the game with her hot shooting.
You did say she would be the shooter.
I don't like that hustle. We could have got that basketball.
We're expecting it to go out of bounds, and we listen to people say let it go, and that's the opportunity for us to pull it back and really grab it, go after those 50-50 balls. That was a nice spin move by number 33, Macy Zay Ardent.
But see, that's the counter effect. We don't hustle after the loose ball. They get the ball, keep playing, get in the post, and as a result, one of our key bigs picks up her 3rd foul. Now she has to go to the bench with 3 fouls. Jacayla Horton Sr. comes in to replace her, but everything matters. It's like linkage. If we continue to hustle, we get the ball, we're on offense, foul doesn't happen.
Fortunately, she was able to miss those foul shots.
Good crossover, but she loses the handle. We got to cut that ball off.
Good pass ahead.
So run out. Number 3, Nakisha Macon. She's got a pretty solid game going. There's a steal by Miss Macon. She loses the handle. Lakewood picks the ball up again. Pass underneath. Good hustle by Amani to just knock the ball out of bounds. So at least we can set our defense up.
There's already 3 team fouls called against the Seminoles. So, from now on out, we got to be very careful about the aggressiveness on our play.
Another good defensive play by Amani. She didn't allow 33 to post up on the backside of the basket. And when they tried to entry pass, she got her hand on it and knocked it out of bounds. It looks like they're just trying to muscle us underneath on these inbound passes.
They come in very strong.
Good steal.
Good pass
Great
ahead.
Outlet pass. Can we convert? Great job by Deja to run that pass down and score on the opposite side of the basket. I tell you, the freshman Cariana Yeomans is playing a very nice game on both sides of the floor. She's very aggressive defensively, and she's already knocked down 3 threes.
You get that from your freshman guards, that type of production. Not only does it bode well for the future, but it's actually working very good for the present as well. Paris Williams Again, very, very strong basketball player.
Can't allow her to turn that corner.
Interior passing goes the wrong way for the Spartans after a strong rebound.
We got lucky because we had a defensive breakdown. We didn't properly hedge on that pick and roll, and the guard was able to turn the corner and get into the teeth of our defense. But hey, sometimes they say it's better to be lucky than good, especially during the Christmas season. Nice pass by Deja Snipes down low to Amadi Raiders for 2. Good help side defense. 3 pointers on the way, but we got to get that rebound.
Paris Williams is a strong, steadying voice for that team. All the good things that happen, either assists, rebounds, or buckets, they come for her. Very steady and consistent, kind of like a U-Love.
There's an errant pass cross court. Got to do a better job making sure we keep possession of the basketball. You know, we talked about it time and time again this evening, that every possession matters. You got a close contested 1-point game. Ooh, there's a hard foul by Tequila Horton on number 33, Macy Zen Art, hyphenated last name, kind of tough to pronounce.
I will tell you, she's hit the ground hard. Last couple of fouls, has gone to the foul line and has missed some foul shots. If that continues, this will bode well for us, but 4 fouls to 0 in a close game in the second half, not where Coach Harder wants his team.
Substitution, number 32, Nikita, comes in for Tequila Horton. Another free throw on the way by number 33. Got to get that offensive rebound. Pretty solid post move.
Now, when you have the foul shooter get their own rebound, you can't chalk that up for anything else but laziness, Coach.
Absolutely. Got to block out the shooter. We call that the cardinal sin on free throw shooting. Got to block out the shooter. Good pass up top. 3 on the way.
Now the Seminoles are passing the ball around the perimeter, but the defense isn't reacting. You've got to pass and make a move towards those gaps in order to make the defense collapse. Once you can get that defense to commit, then you'll start seeing the openings, and I think that's what Coach is trying to get his team to do. Unfortunately, when they're working in that half court and not getting what they need. That's a 10th grader, 6'2", Macy Zay Ardent. Her 3rd trip to the line in a row. She hasn't made a foul shots, but shooting a very high percentage inside the painted square.
I can tell you, somebody has been working with this young lady on her post move. She does a very good job in the middle, establishing position, making sure the defense gets on her back, and ultimately finishing. That's got to be something. So he got the foul call.
Sportsmanship along the way. And you see other teams, bitter rivals, helping each other up. Diving for the ball in a vulnerable position was Deja Snipes, and we did get a benefit of the doubt and get the ball back. Looks like a jumper on the way. Big rebound. Not off the square, but she stuck with it.
She got her own rebound. That's a heck of an effort there. She hit on the wrist. Heck of an
behind off on that one.
Heck of an effort by number 32, Nikita. The only that she missed the shot, but she was able to track down her own rebound, get it out to a shooter, and now we're going to the line. It's like we said the other day with the other play, hustle matters. That's Perry.
Got a freshman playing big minutes for Coach Harder.
She's leading the way. That would be her 11th point. Number 12 on the way. Three for 3.
She makes 3 the hard way. Now this is where the Seminoles want to get back and make sure that they're playing defense. That backside, we're losing sight of a Spartan player. And that was the player we were losing sight of.
You called that one.
Number 10, Jalen Presley.
think 33 has been posting so well that we sent the double team, and like you said, lost sight of the backside. There's another three by Periana. She has really come to play tonight. That's 15 points for the freshman.
And let's see what the call is before we talk about that shot.
No bucket. Coach called a timeout.
Wow.
Save 3 points. Take those
Want
off the
that
board.
one back, don't you, Coach?
Take those ones off the board.
That's when I didn't call timeout. That wasn't me. You got to take that one back. You got to try to get that one back.
Well, audience, if you haven't done so, you should like the SCTV Facebook page. You can find it on facebook.com/SEHS Television. Not only will you get reminders and direct links to all the events that Southeast Television broadcasts live, but you will also get notices of the other activities that the fine young broadcasters of SCTV are involved in. And while you're at it, share the Facebook link with your family and friends. That's facebook.com/SEHS Television. This information is also available on our website, sctv.news.
You got to give props to SCTV, the foundation that Mr. Sanders put down, and it's being continued in an excellent fashion by Amanda Clark. Really excited to be a part of this broadcast. This is our second one this year, and as always, very fun to have an opportunity to sit back with my good friend and talk basketball, Coach Gilmer.
Absolutely. I keep telling you, we got to come up with a name for this show. If we want to keep doing this thing, we got to come up with a name, something catchy and snazzy.
All right, Amanda, I know you're listening in the booth. We got to come out with a name, and if we get a name, we got to get more broadcasts. These kids need more grades. They need more work. Jump ball, going the way of the Seminoles.
Another good defensive play by Nikita. Was able to force the jump ball. Seminoles get possession down one with 3:10 left on the clock.
Pounding that ball inside. Been very successful. Milking a 1-point lead. It's another rebound.
Oh, looked like a carry.
Pass ahead. And 2 points for number 3, Nikisha Macon. This is where we've got to get some composure.
You know, we've been talking about it all day. Their leak outs, their run outs, we got to make sure we get somebody back. If we take the shot, like we just did, which was a pretty tough shot, we got to make sure we get somebody back.
Stop the ball on this play, run past. Wow. That was just a strong advanced play. Not only did she not worry about the contact, but she kept her eyes on the square the entire time.
What I would love to see Periana sprint back, get in front of that ball, and be able to stick her chest in front of the ball handler. Instead, she ran around alongside of her and at the last minute tried to slide in front of her. That's not going to work.
We got that foul on Nikita.
This is varsity basketball, so we got to make sure that we're taking care of our fundamentals. That's 4 fouls on Nikita. She's going to have to be careful. Coach is probably going to have to make a sub.
Now, I will tell you, one thing that we've got to think about is just the pace of the game. Later on in the game, with them only 8 players, you know they're in shape, so they want to get to this point. And when we talk about the Lady Spartans, for the Seminoles, they've got to understand what has been successful. Moving that ball around, finding the high-low action. We haven't had a couple of shots from the inside because we've been so successful with the jumpers, so sometimes that becomes fool's gold. You depend on it too much, got away with one that time.
2-pointer by number 10, Jocelyn Presley. Excuse me, Jalen Presley. Seminoles got the ball, get it to the high post. That's good attempted drive. Foul on number 33.
She's got great hands. She gives you a wide target. She catches it with 2 hands before she makes any moves. So, you know, impressive. Only a second high school game, a second game with the team.
Great out of bounds play. I would love to see us finish that. But hey, we tracked down the rebound, going to the line for 2.
We've been asking for more action from the bigs, and that's two big plays from the bigs. Strong take, and then we got an opportunity for Amani to go to the foul line.
Really need these 2 free throws, lessen the lead. We don't want this thing to get away from us. St. Pete's up by 7. Tough break there. Ball was halfway down, still rolled out.
That was a very high arc on that shot from Amani. I want to see if she can make that adjustment.
Good shot number 2. Switch.
Again, another high arcing shot. It goes right through. Very pretty. Nice steal.
Look at the defensive play on the 3.
That's a gutsy shot.
That is a gutsy shot.
You got a freshman that steals the ball in the backcourt
Ooh,
and takes a 3 in the corner.
Ooh, I thought she knocked that one off the ball handle, but referee saw it a little bit differently.
Very gutsy play. Paris Williams has a cheat code. She's got a cheat code. I'm convinced.
But I tell you, everything's going to her strong hand. At some point, we got to realize she's a right-handed ball player.
That was a heat check.
Yes, it was. But again, great hustle by Nikita. She didn't get her hands on the rebound, so she tapped it over to Amani. Amani was able to put it in for 2 points. Good defense.
Nice defense. Make it uncomfortable.
That looked like an offensive foul to me.
Got away with one.
Got a rebound. Now we're off to the races. Let's see if we can't convert. Take our time. Take our time. Get a good possession. 47 seconds left on the clock. A score here.
Good
really
action.
Big.
Good action.
Bad turnover.
She thought about shooting that one and then passed it at the last second. We got to get back. Those rebounds count. And number 10 quietly puts it in for 2. That's Jalen Presley. Very solid game for Jalen. Locks down in her defensive stance, hawking the ball. They're extending that zone out a little bit. A little hybrid man trying to make them commit. Now they're backing up into the traditional 2-3. That was a heat check. We did not get a foul. Great rebound, great pass, and great assist.
I got to tell you, Seminoles are playing hard and tough. And I hate to sound like a broken record, but every possession matters. We had a couple times where we had possession of the ball, turned it over, led the fast breaks for them. If we can eliminate those, they're not doing a good job, them being Lakewood, scoring in their half-court offense. Majority of their points, I should say, are coming from runouts and breaks and beating us down the floor.
I'm looking at some of the play that you see. You see some really advanced play, you know, from Paris Williams, the senior guard for Lakewood Spartans. She's playing a great all-around game, leading her team. And then we've got number 10, Periana Humans. She's a freshman guard, active, knocking down 3 free throws after being fouled on a 3-point attempt. She's got a couple of threes in transition and then gets a steal. So when you get a steal in the backcourt and instead of pulling back and looking for your advantage, you just step back, look at the line and knock one down and then attempt to steal the ball again. That's a gutsy play from the freshman. So I don't mind it when she takes that 3, even though she missed it. Went for a little heat miser, but it ended up being cold miser. I'm not mad at that, but the way that she did it was pretty impressive.
And she's working on a great game. 18 points. She's knocked down 5 threes already. Like I said, the 3 free throws, being fouled behind the line. She's playing with a lot of courage and a lot of guts today.
I think Coach Harder is telling her when she's in the huddle, pretend she's frozen and just let it go.
Here we are, start of the 4th quarter. Seminoles down 3. See if we can't get a stop, get back in this thing. There's a pass to number 3. Air balls, gotta get that rebound.
Defensive possessions do not end until we get the ball back. I think we got sufficient, saw an air ball happen, and we didn't think about that rebound, but it doesn't end until we get the ball back. Amani Waiters keeps that ball high. Let's feed it back into her, see what she can get.
That's 11 points for Diane Rosenthal. A tough shot there. Like you said, Heat check, a couple of them. She had a young lady in her face on that one. Fortunately, we were able to get that carom. That inbound pass is getting the shot that we want, but we just haven't been able to convert.
Great
Good job
defense.
stopping the ball.
Great defense.
Gotta
And
help her
great
out.
rotation. An even better move by number 3, Nikisha Macon.
That young lady can play some basketball. She's got great moves in the paint. She was able to do a good job controlling the body, sliding by the big, and putting it in off the glass.
Their guards get where they want.
Someone was moving the ball around.
All right, let's make sure that we get into action and run our play. There's no shot clock in high school basketball, so you do not have to be in a rush. You just want to get points on the board and contain.
There's Miss Yeomans again.
She missed two three-pointers, came back with another one, so I guess we could say she took the icicles off.
She's hot right now. Working on a 21-point game, and that's her 6th three-pointer.
Cutting it down to a 4-point deficit. Go ahead.
Does she have number 7? Good rebound by Amani. She puts it back up. Too hard off the glass. But Tamara gets it, and she gets fouled.
That's a good take because you want their big in foul trouble. She's been dominating Macy Arden. Zan Arden has. And to her parents, if they're watching this broadcast, please forgive us. We were not given the phonetic spelling of anything. She's trying to do our best.
That's foul number 3. Tamara's going to the line for 2. See if we can't cut into the lead. Misses the first one. I got to tell you, Seminoles are leaving a lot of points on the board. We have to be able to knock down free throws. They call them free for a reason. You got to take advantage of it. You do all that work to get the possession and get fouled. You got to reward yourself. Tamara goes 1 for 2 for the line, cuts the game to a 3-point deficit. Great hustle.
That was great hustle. Sticky hands by Tamara. After she misses one and makes the other, she decides to be active and aggressive and gets a shot attempt, but it went out of bounds. That's easy too. She has got a good looking shot. That's Shaylin Pressing.
And I tell you, that's too easy for them though. One young lady, Miss Williams, gets into the paint. We help off her, and then she gets the dribble drive. But somebody's got to rotate and put a hand in her face.
Wide open because those 2 young ladies that we talked about early in the possession, number 3 and number 1, they carry so much gravity. That's a
tough
foul.
move.
Strong move. Number 10 shaking up. She's limping a little bit, trying to shake it off.
Looks like Miss Williams is a little shaken up too. She might have took a knee in the thigh as she crossed over at half court.
We're proud to announce that Kaiser University of Sarasota is once again a business partner of SETV. This is the 14th year that Kaiser has supported the television production program of Southeast High School. At Kaiser University Sarasota campus, you can get the training you need to pursue a new career in the field of business, criminal justice, education, healthcare, information technology, law, and much more. They offer associate, bachelor's, and graduate degree programs. Their Sarasota campus also offers a culinary arts and a baking and pastry program. You can find out more about what Kaiser has to offer simply by going to their website, kaiseruniversity.edu.
Paris Williams went 1 for 2 from the line. That is her 18th points. She's putting on quite a show as well. Turnover, poor entry pass. I would like to see Tamara get a little bit lower to change the angle of that entry pass to get that in to Amani. Spartans are on a semi-break again.
Wow,
That's
that's
a big-time move.
We got away with the poor shot, but the execution is something to watch.
But once again, we almost got burnt because their player went after the rebound and ours watched. Fortunately for me, for us, oh, there's another 3. by Periana Yeoman. That's her 7th 3 of the game. She is really shooting the ball today.
I'm not sure if Ralphie was talking about the Red Ryder BB gun or is he talking about number 10 shooting the eye out.
That's one of my favorite Christmas stories. She'll shoot your eye out.
For the rest of the game, we are going to let Ms. Humans beat Red Ryder because she is shooting eyes out here.
There's a drive by Deja and a float off the glass. Good job tying the ball up.
Give it to him again. Might as well.
Good rebound by Tamara. Can we get the roll?
Get back, get back.
Get back
Lost sight of the ball, Deja, and an easy run out. Coach Tunstall calls a timeout. She sees her team dragging a little bit. Has a very short bench this time.
That's a tough break for the Seminoles. We get 2 offensive rebounds, unable to put them back in. And unfortunately, we lost sight of the leaking young lady, and they were able to get a run out for another 2. But it's like we've said this whole broadcast, they're not really doing that much to us in the offensive set, but they're beating us down the floor in transition and putting in layup after layup after layup, hence our 5-point deficit.
You know, when they're running, they just got to think, every time we don't score, or every time that the ball is not our rebound, they're going to run. They're going to run like the kids used to run from Scott Farkas. What do you think, Coach?
I think that's a very good analogy. Very good analogy. We got to get back in transition if we're going to have any chance of pulling this win out. Right now it's a 5-point game, 3 minutes, 54 seconds on the clock. I'm sure Coach Hart is over there saying the same thing. Telling the young ladies, we got to get quality offensive possessions. We got to get back in transition. We got to stop the ball. And when all else fails, we have to defensive rebound. He's not a Hall of Fame coach for nothing. Let's see if we can't make some adjustments. Looks like they're going to a boxing 1 on Periana. This should be a really good opportunity for us to get that ball on the inside and score because they can't double. Great job.
Threw it up and it was called. Number 15, Maya Lohman was able to put 2 in. She has a cheat code. I told you that earlier. She's using all the buttons on the controller. That's Paris Williams with a 20-point game.
We have to do a better job of staying in front of her. It's a tough pass cross court.
I'll tell you, that girl is cooking like, wow. Just watching, we've got to think, how many times has she Euro-stepped and moved out the way? As a senior, it's very, very impressive to see. We taken some charges from that earlier, but we stopped doing that. We stopped jumping ahead and look for the swipe and look for the block.
Yeah, well, you know, like you said, she's experienced. Obviously, she's got some skills because she learned. She learned that, you know, she can't come in straight. She's got a Euro step and get around them. But again, they're in the box and 1. Although, you know, Periana, I'm sure, still wants to get the ball, but we got to use that to our advantage.
We're going to have an opportunity. We just got to look inside.
Great drive.
There's the gaps.
Good job by Maya. Tracking that ball down.
Missed an opportunity.
Maya's got the ball in the corner. Great job getting the ball in the post. That's where we can score. We can take advantage of our size in the post, and I believe that's number 4 on 33.
Could be a sub coming in for her. All right, they are making an adjustment and getting a sub in.
I got to tell you, Greg, this is a very winnable game. I know Lakewood came in with a lot of hype and came in with a lot of confidence, I'm sure, but this is a very winnable game for us.
If you look at the series between Coach Hart and Coach Tunstall, it's not many blowouts. Most of the time, no matter if it's a down year for Lakewood or a down year for Southeast, each of these teams has the ability to rise to the occasion when they play each other.
That's a foul by number 24, Imani Raiders. Unfortunately, she was back in a 2-1 situation, 2-on-1 situation, and had to take the foul to stop the layup. Let's see if we can get a missed free throw. Miss Rosenthal misses the first one. To see if she'll give us 2.
We've got under 3 minutes left in this game. This has been a good one. John Howard court.
She cashes in on one of the free throws. Seminoles is down 63-57, 2:42 left on the clock. Let's see what we come up with. They're staying in the box and 1.
Yeah, you don't want her to get, oh, that was a good look. You got 2 on you. Grab that.
Good rebound.
Take advantage. This is where number 15 has got to eat. Eat like the collard greens and chicken Mom used to cook in Holland Springs.
Seminoles got to play some defense. We got to keep Miss Williams out of the lane. Oh, looks like a travel there, but they didn't call it. There's a 3-pointer on the way. Oh, we got to get that rebound.
Rebound is so important this late in the game.
That's a tough defensive possession. We got what we want. We got a 3 that rims out, but we were unable to secure the defensive rebound.
Down by 6 with our best 3-point shooter being taken out of the game by this aggressive box and 1. We've got to have an opportunity to grab every rebound because they really count right now.
That's a good drive by Tamara. Let's get to the free throw line.
Crowd is involved. They're putting time back on the clock. I think if we hear it in the background and some of the audience noise, that came from some of your basketball players, Coach. Well, I hope they're that attentive to their game.
I agree with you. I got to tell you one thing, man. Southeast basketball is back on the rise. Whether it's boys or girls, the girls do a good job of supporting the boys do a great job of supporting the girls. Everybody's into the game. The crowds are coming back, as you stated earlier. Our student section is here
Jump
cheering
ball
us on.
stays with the Seminoles.
So it's on the rise. It's definitely on the rise as far as fan support is concerned. Jump ball, Seminoles get the ball back.
That was a lucky break. Luckily, though, for us, that is number 15, Maya Lohman. Her hands are as sticky as the telephone pole was to Swartz.
There's a 3 by Tamara. We need that one. Great way to track it down, Amani. She did a good job getting off that block out, moving to the spot where the ball was going, not where it was at, putting that ball in for 2. Got to get a defensive possession. This is a big possession right here.
They can't score. They can't get the rebound. They are going to try and milk as much time as possible. Both teams are in the double or in the bonus. So any foul is going to send anybody to the line. But we do not want time to run out. We need opportunities to get shots off. And the only way we can do that is to step out.
Somebody's got to jump that pass.
Coach Tunstall is looking for them to come out of that zone.
I got to tell you.
Here.
I got to tell you, our girls look a little tired. And if we were going to foul, we should have fouled maybe 15, 20 seconds ago. But hopefully we can get 2 misses here, get the ball back, and try to score. Still a lot of time on the clock, down by 4.
Anything can happen. If Santa can drop off presents in one night, we got an opportunity to get 4 points within 54 seconds.
The Christmas references are on point tonight, Greg. I got to tell you.
It's the last game before Christmas. We're having a good time with it.
Hopefully right now, the girls aren't over there listening to Coach Harder as if Charlie Brown was listening to Mr. Crabtree. Wah, 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 wah. We need to make sure that that message gets across that he's trying to convey to them. I'm sure he's telling them to block out right now. I'm sure he's telling them to get secure the rebound, transition up the floor, and see if we can't score quickly.
Now, the guards for the Spartans have been pretty consistent with their foul shots tonight. If it's inconsistency, We've got to make sure that we box out. I'm not happy the way number 12 was able to slip through on Amani. Amani's got to have a strong box out. We got to know who has the shooter at this point. We've only got 3 in the box, so it's pretty even action.
Unfortunately for us, Paris Williams knocks down what I think unofficially is her 22nd point. They get the ball in Periana's hands. She's doubled. There's a nice pass to Maya. She gets the ball up off the glass. Foul, she'll be shooting 2.
Now, one thing that I'd like to see is when Humans gets that ball, something we should have thought about a little earlier. If they're running that box and 1 and we've got an out-of-bounds play, give her that ball and let the action start with her. Immediately, St. Pete is shading 2 people to her side, so we're going to find somebody open as Lohman knocks down the foul shot.
Banks one off the glass. The bank is still open, but your bank's not open.
My bank's not open, but if anybody is putting money into a Christmas account, that's the way to do it.
Second one is the switch for Maya. Maya's working on a good night too. That's her 10th point.
Not the right person to foul.
You got to know time, score, situation. When number 10 got the ball, she hasn't been to the free throw line tonight, I don't believe. We should have took the chance putting her on the line. We know
that
it.
Would have been the person.
We know what Miss Paris Williams is about. She's knocked down several free throws this evening. She looks like she's their, primetime player, as Mr. Dickie B would say, PT Peer. Hopefully we can get her to miss a couple here.
And looking on my screen, it doesn't look like her energy bar is down. She's got that fire next to her, so young lady came to play tonight. That's what you want from your senior leader, from your senior point guard. Got an offense for defense switch.
Again, unofficially, that's her 23rd point. She's put together quite an impressive night. Let's see what she does on the second free throw. Able to get that one as well. Seminoles down 68, 69, 63, down by 6. Good strong take to the basket. Rebound by Maya.
And she doesn't pull it down. It is a foul.
I would have liked to see her keep that ball high and not put it on the ground.
And they called the foul on 0-0. Pull from the behind.
As a big, there's nothing down there. You put that ball down low, you give the smaller players an opportunity to reach down there and get their hands on it.
Immediately you lose your advantage.
Absolutely.
Your job is to keep your elbows out, to keep that ball high. And that's where they should be working on grabbing rebounds and putting the ball back up. Using either hand, AKA with the mic and drip.
Absolutely. Number 12, Diana Rosenthal's at the line, shooting 2, double bonus. She's able to cash in on the first one.
Yeah, it's a valiant effort by these young Seminoles. Unfortunately, it looks like the experience and the senior leadership for the Spartans is going to ride out this game. Like to see them fight to the end, though.
Able to put in the second free throw as well. Tamara brings the ball across the line. Deja has the ball up top. I got to tell you, since they went to that box and 1, they have not been able to get that ball to Periana.
Again, 2 players leaked out.
Well, hey, we got an offensive foul. Great hustle, continue to play.
Great sportsmanship.
Periana Young was able to get that offensive foul call. You like
She's
to see
got a bright future.
Absolutely, and you like to see her playing all the way to the end. It doesn't look like we're going to pull this one out tonight, 6 seconds left on the clock. So she could have very easily gave up on that play, let that ball go, and let them score an extra 2, but she decided to put her body on the line, take one for her teammates. Unfortunately, here's another steal.
And there is cheat code. Paris Williams capping off a very exciting night of basketball here. Seminole Alley, John Harder Court. 73-63 win by the St. Pete Lady Spartans over the Southeast Lady Seminoles. And you can can hear the cheer. They're small but mighty.
Well, you know, like you said earlier, you know how this rivalry goes.
Absolutely.
It goes way, way back, and it's very, very intense. So, whoever gets the victory, the other team's fan is going to be celebratory. They're going to be excited. They're going to make sure they let the other team's fan know who got the victory.
Well, they got something. They got something to cheer about because in that earlier game, we didn't give them.
The scores over there. Score. So let's see how many points that number one had. 40 points.
So,
sometimes they think when the game is over, the broadcast is over as well.
You're a superstar, so everybody want to ask you questions. Hopefully, we'll get an opportunity to have an interview with legendary Coach John Harder. There was a lot of legendary fans in the stand this evening. I see Coach Paul Meckley,
yes,
legendary football coach, in the stands tonight. Hall of Fame Coach Bob Thomas is in the stands tonight, cheering on Coach Harder. So he's shaking a couple hands, then he's going to come over.
3 Hall of Fame coaches in the building at the same time, and it usually leads to fireworks. A 10-point win by the Spartans. If you're the coach, what do you take away from this?
Well, I got to tell you, they got to be very excited about the future. You know, Periana Yomas had an outstanding evening shooting the ball. Biggs played well. Both of them are, all 3 of them are juniors, so they'll all come back next year. So we got a bright future. Just got to put a few things together and not turn the ball over, do a better job in transition, and keeping them out of the fast break.
Now, we were looking to have a word with Coach Harder. Unfortunately, he had to go back and address his team. Again, some of the keys to the game is a very young Seminole squad going against the state runner-up, making a run at that championship for the Lady Spartans. That's the end of the game, folks. The score is 73-63 with the Seminoles unfortunately coming on the bottom of that. Final thoughts about the game and our next broadcast is going to be in the new year. We're looking at Tuesday, January 16th. Our boys basketball team will take on Northport High right here in Buzz Narpert Gymnasium. Give us some clues about that game, Coach Gilmer.
Well, at this point, we really don't know much about Northport.
Haven't played them in a while.
Haven't played them in a while, and we'll get some film. We'll get an opportunity to study on them and see what they have and prepare for the game. Lady Seminoles again put up a valiant effort tonight. I was very proud of their effort. I'll have an opportunity to share with the young ladies tomorrow and tell them how well they played.
Great. Well, before we sign off, just so everybody knows that if you heard any Christmas references, that was by design. Coach Gilmer and I were trying to see who could match in the most, and I think the final tally was 16-5, and that's my Christmas gift to you.
Well, I tell you what, he gave me the challenge right before the broadcast, so I think he might have pre-planned a couple of those, but that's okay. Our next broadcast, we're going to have a contest that we all can prepare for with equal amount of time.
Don't forget the name that broadcast. Name that broadcast contest. You guys see Coach Gilmer in the hallway. Let him know what he thinks we should name our broadcast. As always, Coach, thank you, sir.
My man.
All right. Have a great
pleasure.
evening.